It's got here, and it's time to talk about anime in 2023. A top 10 of new series, sequels. Gonna have some special mentions, honorable mentions. This is gonna be sort of an year in review video like the previous ones. You can check out those also on the channels and see what are my personal top 10 series. But like I said, we're gonna have top 10 sequels, top 10 new series, and then best of the best is gonna be top 10 combined, with number 1 being anime of the year. And of course, as per usual, these are my personal choices, the one that I recommend, the one that I enjoyed the most from every anime that I've watched. Of course, I wasn't able to watch all of the anime in the entire year. That would be insane. If you have watched all of the anime, like every single one, let me know in the comments below. There's one of you, right? There has to be one of you there. But also, if your series is not here, maybe a series that you like or you think it deserves to be anime of the year, it's because it sucks. That's why. Very simple, right? I'm joking. I'm sure everybody's gonna have a bit different or maybe similar series. I just want to have these videos a bit like a recommendations, look back at the year, see what was good, how everybody chooses what they were their favorite series, what everybody watched. But here with my choices, I had a bit of trouble, honestly. Probably the top ones were very easy, like top 3 from all of the lists were very easy to do. But below that, I actually struggled quite a lot, especially with new series. And this year has been insane how stacked it has been with for both new series and for sequels. But also that just means we're eating good, right, for anime fans. Now, without further ado, of course, I'm gonna have timestamps in the description there. You're gonna can jump to anything you want, find it. But I hope you guys stick around and just watch the video fully, go through this one. It's gonna be a bit long, so to say, going through everything. I wanted to split it, but I said no, this is gonna be just like a review of the entire year of anime with 2023. To start us off, we have at number 10 for new series, Hell's Paradise. Now, for this one, I just have a very simple question for you guys. Have you ever wanted to go on a horror island just as a trip? Maybe you want to take some time off from life, from everything, and find new animals, new plant life, maybe even become the plant life. I'm joking, of course, but this one has very interesting environment, so to say. You have this ragtag group of criminals being forced to go into this very, very scary island to find the elixir of immortality. And all of their characters have their own motivations. Being the criminals themselves, they're guardians because they're also being kept watch by some of the other characters, and their interactions, the fighting that's going on there. Is this elixir real? Can they get it? What's happening on the island? And of course, the villains, and the island is actually pretty much a villain on itself, let alone the main villains here. Very interesting. I like the mythology, what they're doing. The power system seems to be quite interesting also, and the characters between them, I have my favorites, also some that I don't like, but it's also gonna be painful related to characters. Be prepared to lose some of the characters. That's all I'm gonna say. Is gonna be one of those series, but I suggest you guys check out Hell's Paradise if you'd like some interesting action, let me put it that way. At number 9, we have Marshall, Magic and Muscles, or not Harry Potter world here, which is a very comedic series, a lot focused on the comedic side. The action is also pretty good and fun at the same time. The characters, all of them have their own quirks. The power system seems to be quite interesting. Also here is magic, but a bit more than normal magic that we have seen in other series. But the main character can't use magic. Hey, Black Clover, I see you. But here, it's more like he just overpowers everybody that uses magic with his muscle. Just a giga chat going ham on nerds with magic usage, right? But also, what's quite interesting about this show, well, all of the comedy is great. It lands for me. I was laughing week to week when covering the series in videos. the world. The world is actually a very bad place to live in there. When you get to some of the stories that were happening in the world and the backstory for the characters, how people without magic are treated like garbage, it has a lot of dark undertones, and I like that into a series when you can get more out of it, not just face value, hey, it's a comedy, it's always gonna be a comedy. And Mashal has that, especially here for the characters, and thankfully we're getting more, which is very close with Mashal season 2 already being confirmed. So if you haven't watched Mashal, want a fun comedy with some dark undertones, make sure to check it out. For number 8 we have Ragna Crimson, and I didn't expect to have this series rated so high in my top 10 here, but week to week I was just enjoying it, waiting for next episode. And episode 1 started, I think it was an hour premiere for it. Starts out a bit generic in a way, if I do say so myself, but after that gets better and better, more intriguing. It's definitely an edgy show. I enjoy my edgy shows, of course, but the two main characters are such opposite and they work together so well, with Ragna being this introverted character, being very overpowered, but mentally he's also very weak. And then you have Crimson being just one of the most unhinged characters and most fun characters I have ever seen in an anime. And the way they work together fighting these dragons slash vampires in a way to save humanity from them. Also there's an interesting twist there. I'm not gonna spoil anything with it. All of the other characters, you also see the perspective of those vampires, and kind of makes you feel for them at the same time as hating them, because they all have their own backstory, their own interactions, but at the same time they're killing humanity, which is an interesting perspective to have villains this relatable. So yeah, Ragna Crimson is actually quite fun. The art style, especially with the manga readers, I saw some panels, it looks great. The anime also, it feels very nice. So if you like edgy type of shows with a lot of unexpected quality, I highly suggest Ragna Crimson. At number 7 we have Dead Mount Deathplay from the creator of Bakano and Durarara. And as you guys know, he has this talent of having a lot of characters, great characters, being intertwined together with different plot points, different agendas, different goals, chasing the same things but in different ways, and all of them being very unique at the same time. You have somebody that feels like this soldier killer mummy with lemmings. Our main character, I wanna say, but I'm not gonna try and spoil it here. Just watch episode 1 and you're gonna see why the main character is also pretty interesting here, to say the least. The worlds that are happening there, all of the organization, them chasing after this thing they're trying to discover. Some know, some don't know, all the connections between them, and at the same time the comedy is here quite a lot, especially with Solitaire. Every time I think of Solitaire, is one of the most fun characters in this series. You're gonna love Solitaire. He definitely knows what he's doing. This one has 2 cores right now. Hopefully we're going to get more, because if we don't, it's gonna be such a shame. There's so many unresolved things, and I need more Dead Mount Deathplay. So now at number 6 we have Oshi no Ko, with an amazing gripping story and characters, thanks to episode 1, which feels like a movie in itself. The bright colors, the interesting characters, especially the twist at the end they did there. I don't think a lot of people were expecting that, and how it looked. I'm trying to talk around spoilers because episode 1 definitely grips you into the story. And even after that we get this revenge story that we have here, the aftermath of episode 1, which kind of acts like a prologue to the entire story, to say gives me that Vinland Saga feel, where season 1 is the prologue, but here the movie episode 1 is the prologue here to the actual story. Now thankfully we're getting season 2, because there's a lot of things to deal with in Oshi no Ko, but one of my favorite things that it does is being very grounded in dealing with the dark side of the entertainment industry, and showing also the consequences of what some people do online to others. those episodes hit quite hard, and some people need that reality check, if I'm being honest. It's very easy to be like that on the internet, but definitely watch Oshinoko if you haven't watched it. One of the best series from this year. At number 5, it's one of the series I didn't expect to like it this much, being Hulk. The beginning of it feels like this happy-go-lucky comedy fantasy type series. Hey, I like those, why not? But the more I was watching, the more interesting I was getting into the story, the dark side of it, especially the background of our happy-go-lucky Hulk main character, the other characters, and from management, PV, all of the world and humanity and demons. Because also, slight spoiler here, very slight one, Hulk is the hero that wants to kill humanity, and we get to discover why and how he got to that point, and I was very pleasantly surprised with this series. Now, I know the manga is ended, the anime is 24 episodes. Hopefully, please, we're going to get season 2, because I love Hulk so much. Very, very fun fantasy series, which I was just like at the start, like, hey, this is gonna be a generic fantasy series, why not? I like those, but thankfully I stuck with it, and it gripped me quite a lot, and we need more Hulk. At number 4, we have Shangri-La Frontier, which feels like it's been years since we've gotten an actual gaming anime, like focused on gaming and looking this good and being this fun. Kind of made me a bit nostalgic, think, hey, this is how I started into gaming, playing MMORPGs, everything else, because there are a lot of gaming anime, like they use gaming as a system, and somehow it's a survival in a fantasy world. Just episode 1 deals with the gaming, or they have gaming systems quite a bit. I think only Log Horizon does this better, even that one turns a bit into a survival, but Shangri-La Frontier, you feel like you're actually playing a game when watching this series. The main character can die, can fail, especially at cheap mechanics. You the way you make your build, also it has a goal to say with the 7 colossi that we discover along in the game. All of the other characters, Arthur, my wife, if you know. But yeah, Shangri-La Frontier is one of the best pure gaming anime, instead of using just gaming as a crutch and turning into a fantasy anime. And also there's one scene there with the blacksmith. I'm not gonna say what. Oof, I have that song, that scene on repeat quite a few times, and Emul is such a fun character. But yeah, check out Shangri-La Frontier if you like a game anime. Number 3, have Undead Unluck, and I wish more people would watch Undead Unluck, would talk about Undead Unluck. Hey, I'm doing my part covering it in videos, but this is an amazing series. The animation is so good, especially during the fighting scenes. The backgrounds, everything looks gorgeous, and we have the 2 main characters, Andy and Fuko. The dynamic between them is so fun. You have Andy, this immortal zombie, and Fuko with the powers of unlock to anybody that she touches. And speaking about powers, the way how technical they are and how well they flow together, I think it has one of the best power systems in anime, and I've watched quite a lot of anime. Instead of being this generic, hey, increase level, you get more power, they actually make sense here. Their weakness, their rules, how they work, everything is very well done about the power system. Now, beyond that, has probably one of the most interesting worlds here. Highly suggest at least getting to episode 5 if you're gonna try this, because after that it opens up so much, and the more you watch it, the more interesting it gets with the world here. And I'm hooked on this series. I hope we're gonna get more. This is gonna be a 24 episodes one. Please let it have a season 2, because it feels like we're just beginning with Undead Unluck. But to say more people should watch it would be an understatement. Now at number 2, with this series, when I first saw it, before it aired, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna skip this one, doesn't interest me, doesn't seem like something I would enjoy. But then I kept seeing people talking more and more about it, Apothecary Diaries, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it. Went a bit out of my comfort zone, so to say, and I was hooked instantly, especially thanks to Mao Mao, the main character. This is a palace intrigue series. We have Mao Mao, our girl that gets put into this situation, and she still has to deal with it, but she has her own quirks, and the intrigue, the mystery that's happening there, especially her interactions with all of the characters that slap there. Jin, she also being a very fun character between them, all of the consorts, all of what it means to live into a palace as a lowly servant, but with a special talent that she has for deduction, and all of the connections that are happening there. And Mao Mao quickly became one of my all-time favorite characters in anime. She's so fun, and hey, should just be a lesson to go out of your comfort zones for things that you enjoy. I'm so happy I got into Apothecary Diaries. I only heard good things, even with the source material. The anime looks gorgeous, to say the least, and I'm excited. Every week more Apothecary Diaries. For number one has to be Frieren Beyond Journeys, and now this series premiered with 4 episodes. It was supposed to be like a 1 hour 30 minutes first episode, but then it got split, and it hooks you instantly. It looks gorgeous, the soundtrack is amazing, but also the premise. Here we have kind of two perspectives in the stories. At first we see the aftermath of them killing the Demon King. That's why Beyond Journeys end with Frieren being this long-lived elf, and how her original party view time differently since they're just humans. And for Frieren, 10 years is just like, what does it mean, even 10 years? But what comes after that just hits you like an emotional track, to say the least, even from the first few episodes, and then it gets better and better and amplifies, and we see two different perspectives, some glimpses into the past, how they got to the Demon King, and also the new journey after that with the new party and her rediscovering the feelings, everything she missed in those 10 mere years. And the emotions here, it looks gorgeous, and probably one of the best series ever. It's one you can get lost into. Very few series have this effect on me, at least. Getting lost into the world, the characters, the atmosphere, the pacing is amazing, and this is a lesson in how to use flashbacks in a series. Perfect timing for them, very on point, and also the different perspective that we get here, and also the comedy, the quirks for all of them that smirk with Frieren, mimics, Fern and Stark, the ships there, the things that she missed with her discovering right now, the pain, the loss, with everything that it means, and the way they deal with the passage of time, seeing it from two different perspectives. Amazing series with Frieren. For sequel, we start with number 10 being Demon Slayer Season 3, or the Swordsmith Village arc. Now, this season, of course, the animation is again great, one of the strongest points of Demon Slayer, but probably the best scene animation-wise has to go to that palace scene where we get introduced to all of the moons. We finally see the upper ones properly, more being very excited for the future, all of the fights that are gonna come from that. But the way they had that camera movement there, the way it looked, the depth to it was just simply amazing. But then after that, the action starts non-stop. We get a lot of fighting, Tanjiro there, everything he has to do in the village. But also I have to give it, honestly, probably one of my favorite things in season 3 was Haganezuka, and him working on that blade there. That's all I'm gonna say, of course, with no spoilers. The intensity for that, the concentration was awesome from him, and since he's not one of the main characters, and of course we didn't have Zenith in this season, but also the emotional scene towards the end with Nezuko and everything that means. And thankfully we're getting more Demon Slayer, with the Hashira training arc. They're doing a movie again, you guys know, and I'm very excited for the arc after that with Infinity Castle. So yes, more Demon Slayer. Number 9, we have the Eminence in Shadow Season 2, and I want to say something. If you haven't watched Eminence in Shadow, go back, watch season 2, and then I'm not even gonna have to say it. You're probably gonna be excited to get into season 2 with this one, especially the John Smith arc was really fun. We get some new characters, additions to the Shadow organization there. I'm very excited for all that is happening, and the time is now. The time is now. If you guys know the beginning there, but Eminence Shadow is such a fun series. It leans into what it does with Sid being this Chunibyo type of character, a bit delusional, and everything happening around him and how it works out. Just so well it flows together. Of course, hot girls, waifu for everybody that it has with Eminence in Shadow. Hey, overpowered main character, my type of series. But hopefully we're gonna get a season 3 because I'm having so much fun with this series. I was so happy when I got season 2 right after season 1, especially that fight towards the end of season 1 there. But Eminence in Shadow, really fun series. Number 8, you guys know me, I love Dr. Stone, and in this case with Dr. Stone New World Part 1 and Part 2, really fun dealing with the Treasure Island arc, and I was laughing and enjoying it so much. The faces, moving forward, everything that it meant for them, all of the advances they were doing. Oh, and before I forget, make sure before you start this New World season, you watch Ryusui, the special episode, because without that, you're gonna miss very important character. He quickly became one of my favorite characters in Dr. Stone, Ryusui, and his perspective on greed. I always thought about this. If greed was used that way, the world would be a better place. And Dr. Stone is such a fun anime every time. All of the characters, the premise is interesting, and hopefully we're going to get a full adaptation with this. I'm very excited for the future after what they got from this island. Another one of my favorite characters making a comeback. Let me have this. But yeah, Dr. Stone New World, more Dr. Stone. If you haven't watched Dr. Stone, please do yourself a favor and watch it. All of the shenanigans, the smirkiness, and let's hope for more. Make sure to check out Dr. Stone New World. For number 7, we have Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4 and Season 5, because I honestly couldn't split them up because they work so well together. It's like a season, but it was split into 2. But honestly, this is the best this series has ever been, from the villains, the characters, the arc, the plot points, the twist, the actions, the fight, the battle of minds. I could go on and on. Honestly, this season made me very happy to be into Bungo Stray Dogs, and I know it's a bit of an investment to get to season 4, season 5. Also, you have the movie Dead Apple, but even before this, it's very much worth it. With Bungo Stray Dogs has some of the most fun characters, but I highly recommend season 4 and season 5, especially thanks to the villain and the way it ended, the way it flowed together. And hopefully we're going to get more Bungo Stray Dogs. We have that cliffhanger ending, but we're gonna have to wait a bit for more since we caught up to the source material. But if you haven't watched anything Bungo Stray Dogs so far, please watch it. Even previous seasons are so good. Fitzgerald, the guild, the mystery, Rampo, everything that's happening there. Just awesome cast of characters with Bungo Stray Dogs. Number 6, we have Eden's Zero Season 2. And I don't know if you guys got into Eden Zero. It's from the same creator as Fairy Tail, Hiro Mashima. If you haven't watched anything Eden's Zero, highly recommended, especially if you're a Fairy Tail fan. But this one is very similar and also quite different compared to Fairy Tail because of how dark it can get, especially in this season. I didn't expect it to go that way, thanks to one of the main villains, Draken, and seeing it from Rebecca's point of view, what happened there, all the reveals, everything that it meant. I like the cast of characters quite a lot, and also moving forward, getting in a very interesting arc, which I'm very excited, but also hopeful at the same time, because we need season 3 a lot. And I hope we're going to get it, because Eden Zeros is such a fun series, and I hope more people would give it the chance it deserves. I know Fairy Tail has that reputation. I could go on and on about a rant why Fairy Tail is good, one of my favorite series. But here with Eden's Zero, I know even some of the critical fans of Fairy Tail would enjoy this one, especially season 2. So if you haven't, go ahead and watch Eden's Zero. Number 5, we have a heavy hitter with Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. And honestly, this season feels like 2 different shows in one, because we have the first arc, Hidden Inventory arc, which is amazing. We get a lot of answers and then even more questions, but so thrilling and gripping, seeing the history of Geto and Gojo between them, the direction with some of the scenes there, seeing the backstory of some of the characters. Very, very exciting things for Jujutsu Kaisen. But after that, we have probably one of the most insane arcs that follows with Shibuya arc. It's just like a non-stop pain train just going, and Eugene, I think he's gonna need therapy would be an understatement after this season. The hype things that are happening, the action, the fighting, of course it still looks gorgeous. Even more respect for the animators, the current working conditions at MAPPA, everybody knows about it, and still the quality that we get right now with season 2, especially with what's happening. But the content, it's just pure action and insanity that we're getting in season 2. And it hurts me, but also at the same time, I'm all here for the fun and the pain, especially for Yuji. I am you. Number 4, we have Danmachi season 4 part 2. Part 1 aired last year, but here with part 2 of season 4, honestly, I cried, especially at the history of Ryu, one of the best girls in this season. And honestly, season 4 is the best Danmachi has ever been. But seeing the situation they were thrown in there, the fight for survival, the emotion, the sacrifice, the pain, the backstory, the action that we have here, made me love Danmachi even more and more. And I'm so excited. Thankfully we're getting season 5 of Danmachi, but after this season, I'm very, very happy to be a fan of. Highly recommend Danmachi if you haven't. Even myself with season 1, especially because of the name, I skipped it, but then I watched it finally and I was hooked. But the more I was watching it, and then we finally got season 4 to see how good it is. Belle, all of the characters, Aisha, Ryu, the group seeing it, them being split there, how dark it could get for Danmachi. And the backstory for Ryu is so painful yet so good at the same time, and I just want to give her a hug. And yes, give me more Danmachi. Number 3, we have one of my all-time favorite series, being Mushoku Tensei, in this case with season 2. Now this season is a bit different compared to season 1. We have a different quest, one to fight erectile dysfunction here. But what I really love about this season is dealing with the aftermath of season 1, seeing the depression, the way Rudy and the things there, how he has to deal with everything that happened in season 1, and even more with his own internal things, and how far that pushed him. And also getting some of the new characters being amazing, great at the same time, but then seeing him finally get his second chance at a school life, which he never really actually got in his first life. And yes, I know all of the controversy with Rudy. I honestly don't care to go over that subject again. But season 2, a lot of people got a bit turned off by it because it more in the school life here. This one is also a bit more like a build-up season for things to come. We're getting another core next year. I think it's in April, and Mushoku Tensei is just honestly awesome. One of the best series that I have ever seen, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And season 2 has been great for character development, and people are missing out here with the school arc. Number 2, we have Bleach. And if you guys know me, you know I love Bleach. It's in my veins. One of my all-time favorite series from the beginning I ever got into anime. Bleach means very much to me, and this has made me so happy when it came back last year, seeing it after so long. But here, with this second core that we've gotten here, all of the moments, the payoff, how well it looks, the fighting, the Rukia's Bankai, seeing it animated, there, Zaraki's fight, but especially towards the end, seeing Ichibe's fight with Yuha Bach, and the extra scenes that Bleach deserved compared to the manga, with everything that happened, seeing Bankai of one of the Royal Squad there, Squad Zero, just insane. I'm beyond happy having Bleach back again, and hey, we're getting more next year also. But if you haven't watched Bleach at all, what are you doing? Come on, come on. Bleach, I love Bleach, and this has been simply amazing with this arc. For number one sequel from this year has to be Vinland Saga Season 2. And to say that people are missing out would be just beyond an understatement. Now, I know Season 1 has a lot more action. It's very well. Vinland Season 1 is also one of my all-time favorites. But that one is the prologue of the story. Now, Season 2 is very different to Season 1. It's more like farmland slice of life in a way, with Thorfinn being on the farm there, the aftermath of Season 1. And a lot of people dropped it because of that, saying, hey, it's bad right now, it's no. But I fully, factually believe here that you are missing out on greatness, absolute masterpiece that Season 2 has been here. The emotion, the story, the gripness to it, the conviction that it has here, and I was crying ugly at some of the scenes there, the backstory of some of the characters, seeing their trials, tribulations, Thorfinn's choice, Einar being such a great character for Thorfinn, that farm, seeing things from a different perspective, his reunion with the king, just their transformation, the dynamics between them being the same but yet different at the same time, how they transformed into opposites of each other a bit, their negotiation there, the slave arc that happened, all of the characters, the action was also here, but most of all, the character, the power of character development is very present in Season 2, and if you're saying it's bad, I don't know what you're watching. I'm sorry, but Season 2 has just been simply a masterpiece, work of art with Vinland Saga, and I'm beyond excited to have Season 3. We got that teaser for it, but nothing yet confirmed, but please give us more Vinland Saga. An amazing season, and this is the actual story. Season 1 was the prologue, Season 2 is the main story of Vinland Saga, and you're doing yourself a disfavor if you don't watch it. We are finally at honorable mentions before we see the combined list and anime of the year. There are way too many series to make it into top 10 for either. Then there were also very good series throughout the year. It was very hard for me to narrow it down, and this is why I also wanted to have honorable mentions to still give some praise to some of them that didn't quite make the cut, with being Spy Family Season 2 has been amazing. See it from yours perspective, also focusing a bit more on her. The comedies there, I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Some of the fighting scenes were honestly very unexpected for Spy Family, how well they were made and choreographed. Then we had Misfit of Demon King Academy, the series that I started my YouTube channel, in this case with Season 2 being here. Hey, more fun, more Anos, Giga Chad and everything there. If you guys like overpowered main characters, you know me. Now, the next one is Amazon Delivery Service with campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Just a fun, chill, relaxing isekai with an interesting power system, and looks gorgeous. I didn't expect the animation to be this good with this one. Then we had Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury Season 2. Season 1, just simply amazing with the fights. This one we finally got on Season 2, the conclusion to the story. The ending was okay, not the best ending, but hey, at least they finally got a conclusion here. The other one being Birdwing Golf Story Season 2, and when I started this series I didn't expect it to be this fun. And Season 2 was awesome also, finally seeing the continuation from Season 1. The characters are super fun, the tournaments, and somehow made me interested into golf. Then we had probably one of the best productions in the entire year, how well it looked, and the direction, the choreography, the animation for it, the art style being Heavenly Delusion. But why it's not higher or made it to top 10, it needs more. This is one of those series that the mystery is there, but it feels like we've just scratched the surface with Heavenly Delusion. But thankfully on the other side we also had Pluto, which is simply an amazing adaptation that we got to one of the stories by Naoki Urasawa, the creator from Monster, his own take and adaptation from Astro Boy. This one is a work of art, and why it's not up here for me is the ending. If you guys want to know more about that, I have a video out on Pluto, you can check it on the channel. Then we had Baki Hanma Season 2 with the father-son saga with Pickle and Pickle. Just more fun. Ridiculousness is just Baki. If you like Baki, you definitely should watch more Season 2. Then Record of Ragnarok also had its Season 2, which was really fun. I like tournament, anime, fighting, and also gods, mythology. Hey, look at the name, Ares God here. I'm also in the anime. But the biggest downfall of this one is the animation. Unfortunately, is not that good. But Season 2 improved compared to Season 1. Then we had the Faraway Paladin Season 2, the Lord of Frost Mountains, and this one feels like you're going on a D&D adventure, and especially towards the end they made dragons finally feel threatening, because a lot of anime deal with dragons like they're just toys. Somebody killed a dragon, hey, he killed a slime in a way. But Season 2 has been really fun with the Faraway Paladin. Besides honorable mentions, I also wanted to have some special mentions, because there are some series that didn't really make sense for me to put them in a top 10 or even honorable mentions. Because, for example, first one being Golden Kamuy Season 4 is from 2022, but it re-aired in 2023 because of the death of a staff member. But Golden Kamuy is such an amazing series, very underrated series. I blame that CGI Bear, and more people need to watch it. It does comedy, seriousness, characters. Some of the side characters get even more developed than main characters in other series, and the ridiculous comedy that it has is awesome. So if you haven't watched, then make sure you watch Golden Kamuy. Then we had Kaguya-sama Love is War, The First Kiss Never Ends, a movie, even though they somehow split it into episodes. But hey, more Kaguya-sama it was awesome, especially the conclusion there. It looked great, and hey, Kaguya-sama, super fun. Then we have something that made me just, please bring back Black Clover. In this case we had Sword of the Wizard King, the movie. It looked gorgeous, the fighting, Merilona is my wife, and Black Clover needs to be back right now. The movie was super fun. Then of course one of the big things ended in anime, being with Attack on Titan, the specials, and then we had also the ending, which I know it's very controversial. I also have a video on the ending, make sure to check that one out. You missed the point of the Attack on Titan ending, and it didn't make sense for me to put it there because it's just special. We all know how it got split, the meme final, that JPEG, but I still think it deserves to be talked about. The ending and the influence of Attack on Titan has been huge. Make sure to check out that video, and of course watch Attack on Titan. Now this is a mention for a long running series, One Piece, especially with the Wano arc, has been just a huge upgrade in quality for it. Animation looks much better with previous ones, and also One Piece winning again with the live action, one of the best live action adaptations we've ever gotten. And then the news that we're getting a remake of the original anime. I also have videos on those out, make sure to check them out on the channel. And One Piece, massive greatness here and still going strong. The final thing before we get into the combined list has to be the worst anime series I've watched this year, and it goes to the Kingdoms of Ruin. Now, and I was excited for this series. The premise seemed interesting, a revenge story, a world where witches get killed by humans out of some misunderstood reason there, and then you have this main character being the apprentice of a witch. She gets killed in front of him and he wants to get revenge. Hey, a revenge story with magic, witches, why not? But holy hell, is a train wreck. Like, the more I was watching it, the more I started hating. All of the characters are so dumb, it feels like they're jumping from scene. I'm not the smartest person ever, but some of the choices and things these characters do just boggles my mind. It's honestly so stupid. I don't know if the source material is this bad, maybe they didn't do a good job with the anime adaptation, but hey, I'm in for edgy show, dumb shows, but even I couldn't enjoy something this dumb. Like, it's honestly so bad, and it gets worse and worse the more you watch it. Sure, it has very few good moments there, some fun moments, but overall it's a train wreck. Just skip this one. Even if you like edgy power fantasy type of show, revenge shows, just do yourself a favor and skip the Kingdoms of Ruin. The worst series, in my opinion, from 2023. We're finally here to see the top 10 overall combined list of 2023 anime. And to start us off at number 10, drum roll, we have Oshi no Ko. Awesome series, but only at number 10. Now at number 9, I'm very happy to say Helk. Helk, an amazing series, and took me by surprise, and especially having it here at top 10 overall. Then at number 8, we have Shangri-La Frontier, one of the best gaming, pure gaming anime ever. So fun, and it deserves to be here. Now, for next, at number 7, it goes to Undead Unluck. Amazing power system, great cast of characters, super fun, and one of the most interesting worlds ever. Now, for number 6, this is gonna be a surprise for a lot of people, and I'm curious what they're gonna think. It goes to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Yes, Jujutsu Kaisen is only at number 6, but this year has been insane. I love me some Jujutsu Kaisen, but some of the other series, hey, I'm sorry, Jujutsu Kaisen fans, come at me. Now, for number 5, it goes to Apothecary Diaries. This is, like I said also previously, a series that took me out of my comfort zone, and I'm very happy I got into it, and Mao Mao, such a fun character. Now, for number 4, we have Mushoku Tensei Season 2. This season, like I said, deals a lot more with the internal trauma for characters, but I love Mushoku. I'm hooked on the series, on the characters, and even here is just at number 4. Now, for number 3, it could definitely be anime of the year, 100%. Even I had trouble here a bit. Has to go to Frieren Beyond Journey's End. This is quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite series ever. I can definitely say it could be at number 1, but I had to put it at number 3. Some tough choices have had to be made. Then for number 2, I have to give it to Bleach. Bleach, you guys know me, I love Bleach, but even in this case, Bleach is just at number 2 here, and could definitely swap places also with Frieren, 100%. But for number 1, if you guys made it this far into the video, you probably figured it out. Should be very easy. My anime of the year and one of the best things, stories ever told, has to be Vinland Saga Season 2. Amazing, absolute masterpiece that we've gotten with Season 2. Like I said also previously, I was ugly crying at some of the scenes there, and it's just, this is how you do seinen series, and we need more series like this, honestly. And Vinland Saga is 100% the best anime we have gotten in 2023. And hey, if you're saying I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but no, I have no enemies. So yeah, this is my top 10 for 2023. I'm really curious what you guys think of my list. Let me know in the comments below your list here. I'm really curious, and which one do you think I'm the most wrong about? And keep in mind, like I said, top 3 are the best here. Top 3 are just a cut above over everything else. So we're finally at the end of the video. It's been a long one. It's been a crazy, insane, stacked year of anime. So many series, amazing series, sequels, new ones, opinions also. I'm really curious what you guys think of everything so far that I've talked about in this video. I hope you're at least gonna try some of the series that maybe you haven't heard about, or maybe get back into a sequel that you maybe dropped off before. And hopefully you also guys leave me some of your series that maybe should have made it into my video, into my lists here. And hey, 2024 is also gonna be insane from everything that we have seen so far, all of the announcements. But I just want to close out this video to say thank you to all, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, New Year, wish you nothing but the best. And of course, would mean a lot to me if you guys like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get better, improve, grow the channel a bit, and just share my love of anime to everybody. And this is one of the best things ever, to be able to talk about something you enjoy. So again, thank you. I'm gonna see you again on the next video. Bye bye.